Hey guys, how are we doing? Aaron Wiley in the house with you. Give us a shout out in the chat where you're tuning in from. Turn your cameras on if you're in a position to do so, only because we have the best looking team in all of Shoply, probably in all of network marketing. So we want to see those great faces. It also gives me some energy and some feedback. So I'm not the only person with the camera on. We're going to have some fun tonight. So tonight, this morning, wherever you are around the world, I want you to, if you can, grab a pen and a bit of paper or get your notes out, however you normally work, because there's going to be some important dates and systems to write down and to make sure that you understand where everything fits in, because we are ready to launch. It's getting real, and there's some crazy stuff happening. There's Zooms happening left, right, and center, and I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed. I want you guys to be organized, and that's part of these launches. If you know this is coming up, this is coming up, this is coming up, this is where I find this is how I tap into the system, this is where my support is. If you have the information in front of you, firstly, your team will see you as a better leader. Secondly, you can prospect better, close better, convert better, upgrade better, lead your team better. And so it's about being organized so that you can take a lunch break at a different time so that you can get on a certain Zoom, so that you can have your partner look after the kids at a certain time so you can get on a certain Zoom, so that you can tap into everything we've got going on. So one of the most important things that you can get going over the next 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks is to be organized and to have that information in front of you. And so for the people that aren't getting on these calls, they're going to be asking the same questions over and over and over. What do I do if I want to be a vendor? I didn't realize it was upgrade day. Oh my goodness, I've missed out on upgrade by 1 day. So it's really important to make sure not only you know the information, but what I would be doing, and I've had this conversation with a few people over the course of the next 3, 4 days, is I would be reaching out to every single one of your personal enrollments that's in your invite system there, because you might have 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 people that you've personally invited into the free invite system. Now, a free invite's a no-brainer, right? And out of that free invite system, you'll have 20% of people that have no idea what they signed up to and haven't engaged at all. You'll have another certain percentage that tap into the odd Zoom. I see a Telegram group. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I have no idea what's going on. And they won't upgrade between the 15th and the 20th. They just won't, because they won't know, why should I upgrade? Where is my value? What am I getting for that? Is Shoply really ready? What are our products? And then you have another percentage that are ready to go, but a little bit confused. And you have 10%, if that, of, again, it depends on your warm market and how you're going about it, but typically 10% are like, you know what, I'm ready to go. I'm on top of everything. I mean, you have a look at how many people are on this call, right? Compared to how many people in the Facebook group, in the Telegram chat. You want to be making sure that you are texting your guys, ringing your guys and say, you got to be on these trainings. And the trainings that I'll show you now in the slides that are coming up will be super important to not miss. And so I would not be relying on a Facebook group or a Telegram chat for the everyday average person in your team to notice, because they'll just get overwhelmed by the Telegram. They won't be in the Facebook. You need to be old school here, guys. You need to build the relationship. You need to go old school communication, pick up the phone and call, drop the audios in, text message. These guys in your team, second level, third level, fourth level, the more people that you can reach and have them on these information Zooms, making sure they're educated on the timelines and what's happening, that's how you're going to launch your business. 100 free invites doesn't mean anything if 2 people upgrade to a $9 affiliate. Okay, so that's what's super, super important over the next 3 days. 3 days, guys, and we're launching. So I would be getting onto all of your level ones and helping your level ones get onto their level ones and having phone calls with them. So it's going to be hard work. There's going to be a lot of phone calls. There's going to be a lot of explaining, but you need to understand the information first as the leader. So let's have a look at a few things. This is This is critical. This is pretty much this week. So we've got our training on today, super important. And then over the next 24 hours, we have an opportunity presentation. So what should you be doing over the next week? Well, you should still be inviting. So you should be still sending out the free invitations, but also really focusing on what we just spoke about, the level ones, getting with your level twos, getting with your team, talking about upgrading and why. Why should I be an influencer pro? Well, are you looking to bring on product at some point into the future? Would you like to tap into that income stream? Yes. Well, you have to be an influencer pro to make that work. Would you like to put yourself in a great position to maximize the first Matrix payout, which is happening, I think, September 9th? Yes, that's why I got the free invitation so early. Great. Well, you will need to upgrade to influencer. I understand you don't quite have the budget yet for Influencer Pro. You're not really ready to bring on product, but you were like my third person to sign up 3.5 weeks ago. You'd be crazy not to tap into that Matrix payout because tens of thousands of people have joined since. I don't know how many people are in your personal Matrix, but there's going to be something there for you. You can only earn if you're influencer or influencer pro. I think it'd be great mathematically for you to upgrade to influencer and start to tap into these income streams. Not ready to do that? Great. I'm going to have to circle back to you. I know you're really pumped about being an affiliate. That's going to be the week after. So really educating people on why, because you want them to tap into those income streams. Because guys, if we don't fill the marketplace up with influencer pros who are filling the marketplace up with product, Shoply doesn't work. So we really want those influencer pros to lead the way right now at this timeline. And so I'm running an opportunity presentation tomorrow at 10 a.m. Australian time, Sydney time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's part of the corporate shoplyzoom.com. In the US, that is on the Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. PST, I think. So that's the next opportunity to really put in a great presentation, live conversion, why Shoply, brand new people. But get your team on all of these. The more and more and more your current team hear the lingo, the presentation, get the belief, everything just goes better. So that's tomorrow, right? From there, this is probably the most important one that I want you to put in your diaries right now and to make sure whatever personal communication you have with your team goes out to your team. Because even a lot of the strategy around uni level, around positioning, around holding tank, around placement, around maximizing commissions, do the affiliates lose their spot in the matrix? Do people that don't upgrade by the 20th lose their spot in the matrix? All these fine line printed questions we need the answers to, this is where we'll get them. Now, there's 3 strategy sessions. I've put them all in the Telegram group. I've put them all in the Facebook group under featured, as always. But this one is the one that we'll try and tap into. If you can't make this one, have a look at the times for the other 2. There's 2 that suit the time zone for Australia really well, and there's 1 that doesn't. So there'll be one of those 3 that you'll be able to tap into. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. It's 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, the 15th. So this is where you'll have every single Q&A with Nick, with Ron, with Rod, with the whole corporate team on, okay, what do I do on the 15th? So we have our back office. How exciting. How do I use that? Are people going into a holding tank? How long will they be in the holding tank? And the answer that Nick's given us for that at this stage is the holding tank is there until the end of each month. So the end of the month is where our rank gets calculated, and we either rank up that month or we rank down. And so, for example, if you were to enroll someone as an influencer pro on the 2nd of September, they would go into your holding tank for that whole month. You would then need to place them in a team. So whether you place them on a second generation with someone, whether you just left them at frontline, all these strategies are going to be talked about on Thursday, Australian time, Wednesday night, US time, right? And so then you would place them by the end of that month so that we all, we know what your ranks are. If you were to enroll someone on the 28th of September, then they would go into a holding tank for 2 days. Hope that makes sense. So all of this strategy stuff, this placement, what products am I starting with, volume, qualification, direct, all of the strategy is going to be on this call. So that's why I think this one is super important to clarify so many different things so you know how to log in on the 15th and what to do, right? And really lead the charge for your team. So again, 11 a.m. Australia time on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern US time. It's on the shoplyzoom.com. Let's all get our teams on that one. Again, if you can't make that, yes, they will be recorded, but also have a look at the next two strategies coming up the day after as well. So that's a really important one. Put that in the diaries. Yes, I'm recording this, but if you can be on here live, you're getting the information live. Chuck it in your diary now. Schedule your day accordingly. Then we have Thursday in the US, Friday, Shoply opportunity call with Travis. So again, that's your next opportunity to really showcase this live. And we should be really building and building and building and building for the excitement of, hey guys, we are launching today. So that'll be an exciting one because, Shoply may have just launched a few hours prior. So that'll be a really cool one. Travis will have some really exciting information. He's probably logged into his back office an hour earlier. He's mucking around doing he's excited, right? So he's going to bring the fire at 4 p.m. PST time, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 a.m. Australian time on Friday morning. So opportunity presentation. And again, just important to support these calls. Even if you are driving or flat out busy, and you haven't got a single prospect on, which you should, get on there. Put your video on, put yourself on mute, and just support the calls because the numbers help everybody. No one wants to get on a Zoom with 6 people, right? Thanks, Jeff. Absolutely. But if we're on there with 36 people, 66 people, 106 people, 600 people, it doesn't even matter what Travis says on that Zoom. Everyone is joining because there's 600 people on the Zoom. So if you want your guys to convert, I want my guys to convert. Maybe I don't have anyone on that call, but the next time I have 10 people on, I want all of you on there, just like you want me on there. So it's about supporting each other as a team. We've got to put the time in to build a business if you want to build significant income. Doesn't matter what business it is. Friday, US time. Saturday, this is where it's getting very, very fun. We have a Q&A. So every single question you need to know about the matrix, about influence, flow, affiliate. So now we're live, right? We're live as products. We're in the back office. Now you have 600,000 more questions. Like, what about this? Where do I click on this? Where do I go with this? And so this is more, okay, guys, we launched, man, that was insane. Okay, Q&A. This is really how it's all working together, guys. And, when you see the first website, it's going to look very different 2 weeks from there, 4 weeks from there, 8 weeks from there. But you need to know the information as we launch. So looking at those dates, that Wednesday US time, that Thursday one with the strategy session, and also the Q&A Saturday morning for us, Friday night US will be really important ones. So hopefully you've got all of them written down. That is this week coming up. I might just swap gears now because, Travis might want to jump off. He's a busy guy. I'm just going to see. Trav, are you there, brother? Did you want to add anything? Chuck in 10 minutes. I'm not sure if Trav is there or not. Are you there, buddy?
I am here and I am fired up. How's everybody doing? We're here. It's Red Zone. It's Red Zone. It's a big week. Here we have a different terminology for football, right? I know, Aaron, your football is a little different, but you might have something similar. Do you guys have Red Zone there?
Yeah, in the forward 50, is that what you're meaning? Explain your red zone for us. I know the end zone. I know when we're in the end zone. What's the red zone?
So when a football team is getting to the point where they get down to the last 20 yards right before they score, they call it the red zone, right?
Yeah,
and that red zone, they change up their intensity, they change up their plays. Everything is focused around one objective, it's to get into the end zone. And the way I look at this week is this is red zone. There should be a different level of intensity. There should be a different level of focus from everything that Aaron was talking about as far as getting invitations out, but also promoting these calls and these events. How many of you have at least a few team members that are not here right now that should be here at this particular point in time? How many of you are saying, man, I wish I would have maybe promoted that call just a little bit harder, right? True professionals in this industry, one thing that I've learned is that they aren't just announcers, they're promoters. Announcers, they just take something, information, and they repost it. But promoters are, hey, listen, Aaron, you know what? It's great to connect with you. Are you fired up for today? Do you have any questions this week? By the way, are you going to be on the call tonight at 5 o'clock? I'm going to be there. Am I going to see you there tonight? Right? They go out of their way to make sure that they're always promoting the next event, whatever that may be. So just take that into consideration. But it is the red zone. I've got a different level of intensity this week. I woke up this morning very early. In fact, I even dreamed last night, Aaron. We have these things here in Arizona called park and swaps. These are places that you go, and they're huge, warehouses, and inside they have all of these different vendors that are selling different products. And some of them are just knickknacks, but a lot of them are companies that are trying to get their product and services out there. And I dreamed last night that I was going from each vendor to the next, telling them about Shoply. And I woke up early this morning and I was like, that's actually a pretty good idea. I'm going to go to the Park and Swap. And I'm going to go see some of these businesses. So, you can see where my mindset is at right now. But I want to just ask you to start off with a couple of questions here tonight. The first question that I want to ask you is this. What's your goal with Shoply? What's your goal? What's your dream? Like, what rank are you shooting for in the first 45 days? Because I know this, if you don't have a target, it's very difficult to be able to hit it, right? Imagine if you went out and you had an instructor that was there that was teaching you how to shoot the bow and arrow. And just before you were about to let go, he puts a blindfold on you and says, okay, I want you to hit the target. How hard is that going to be? It's going to be pretty difficult. But when you see that target, you have a focus, it makes it much easier to be able to accomplish that goal. And so I would ask you, within Shoply, what is your goal? I'd like to know from each and every one of you, what rank are you shooting for right now? Have you had a chance to look at those ranks? Have you had a chance to kind of digest what it takes to be able to get there? Set some goals for yourself. What's your dream? What's your expectation from this particular business? So that's the first question that I want to ask everybody. And if you're willing to, I would love to see into the chat. What is it? What is your expectation? What do you want to get from Shoply? Do you want to be able to retire? Do you want to be able to retire your spouse? Do you want to be able to declare your financial freedom day, the day that you no longer have to trade time for dollars? You can do the things that you want to do rather than the things that you have to do. I'd like to know, what's your dream? And then here's the second question that I want to ask you following that up. What are you willing to do to get there? What are you willing to do to get there? It's called the law of sacrifice. You have to give up to go up. And I can tell you right now, and I know that Aaron, I know that Jeff, I know that some of the other leaders that are on this call right now, we are sacrificing our weekends. I'm sacrificing Sundays. Everybody knows that I typically don't take calls on Sundays, and I'm taking calls on Sundays. I'm sacrificing late evenings. I'm sacrificing early mornings. I'm taking the weekends on. You know why? Because I understand that there is this window of opportunity that doesn't come along very often, and it doesn't stay open very long. But when it's open, incredible things can happen. You know what my dream is? My dream here is to make $500,000 a month. That's my dream. That's my goal. Aaron, can I make that dream happen here? Is it possible in this company? Because that's my goal.
Well, it's the same as my goal, so let's hope so, Travis. There's mine, buddy. A global influencer, 500K a month, help my team reach their goals, drive a health and wealth revolution. There we go.
Those are some amazing goals. That's my goal. But I realize that I've got to put in the work right now, because everything that I do at this stage of the game is so crucial, because it's kind of a land grab out there. I think of Manhattan back in the early days, before, there were all these buildings everywhere. The people that were there that were kind of laying claim to that land at that stage, kind of fast forward to now, and it's landlocked. There's just, the land is so expensive and so, costly that it's very difficult for anybody to be able to get in. And I look at this opportunity right now the same way. It's a land grab. Every day I see a newer leader that I recognize the name coming over to Shoply. You know why? Because this is the opportunity right now. This is the opportunity that everybody wants to be a part of. And each and every one of us is here, literally before the doors open. You have a chance, literally with logging in, you have invites, private invites that you can extend to someone, that you can say, listen, I have the ability to be able to introduce you to something that hasn't launched yet, that very few people know about. I'm going to send you a special invitation, and I want to get on a phone call with you so that I can explain to you what this is. Right? So what are you willing to do to get there? That's the second question. The next third question I want to ask you is, what's your DMO? What's your daily method of operation? Because in my experience, daily goals, daily habits, daily activities, they all come back to a daily method of operation. I heard from a Olympic athlete recently who was speaking at a church function, and his name was Peter. And Peter was talking about how when he was a young boy, he had this dream to be able to go to the Olympics and gymnastics and to win the gold, right? Just like a lot of other people's dreams. He went and found a coach, and the coach said, look, if you want this to happen, you have to be willing to work for it and practice and out practice everybody else. You got to be willing to do more work than anybody else. Every single day, I will give you Sunday off. And you have to be willing to give me that commitment. And if you're willing to make that commitment, I will coach you. And he says, I'm willing to make that commitment. How do you know that you've truly made a commitment? That it's when you take action on it every single day. So he honored that commitment and he honored himself. How do we honor ourselves? By honoring the commitments that we make to ourselves. And so he honored that commitment. Guess what? He actually made the Olympic team. Made the Olympic team, and now he's competing, and it comes down to the very end. And he's literally getting ready to go up on the pommel horse. I think they call it the pommel horse. And so he's getting ready to go up there, and he had bronze in the bag. All he had to do was a simple routine, and he would have got bronze. And he said, I was walking up to the pommel horse, and I was standing there, and just before I got on, I said to myself, I can do this simple routine and walk away with the bronze, or I can go for the gold. But to win the gold, he had to hit a 10. He had to have a 10 score. And he knew that if he risked the more dangerous routine, he could potentially blow it and lose the bronze altogether. And he said, you know what? I didn't have a dream to win the bronze. I had a dream to win the gold. And he went up there, and do you believe it or not, he got a 10 on that score, and he won the gold. And it gave me the chills when he told this story. And of course, I'm paraphrasing, but my point is, it all came back to your daily routine. Your daily routine will take you to your daydream. What are you doing every single day? For me right now, reaching out to people, contacting and inviting is my number one priority, and I have it scheduled in. It's scheduled. I won't take calls during this period of time because I know how important it is for me to be having conversations. So I would encourage you to analyze your daily routine. A lot of people say, man, I got into this business because I don't have a boss. You know what? You do have a boss. Your boss is called your daily calendar. What's your calendar look like? I promise you, each and every one of you, I can tell you why your business is or is not growing based on what your calendar looks like. We call it your vitals. What are your vitals? Think about it when you go to the doctor's office or the hospital. What's the first thing they do? They hook you up to these machines so they can check your vitals, because very quickly they can look at your heart rate, your blood pressure, and they can make a determination of what's going on. Well, in this business, your vitals, are how many people that you talked to today? How many people that you followed up with? How many people that you met with and actually did a Shoply presentation with? How many three-way calls that you did? Those are your vitals. And at the end of the week, you should look back and see, okay, whatever is tracked can be measured. Whatever is measured can always be improved. And so I would encourage you to pay attention to your daily method of operation. Question number 4, and I only have 5 for you today, is, are you tracking those vitals? How many people are you contacting about this opportunity every single day? How many follow-ups every single day? How many presentations are you doing every single day? How many people did you add to the group? ATM into our group and then tag them on information and get them plugged into the snapshots, right? How many three-way connect calls did you do? Those are your vitals. So 1 is, what's your goal? 2, what are you willing to do to get there? 3, what is your DMO? What's your daily method of operation? Your goals, your daily habits, your daily activities. Number 4, are you tracking your vitals? And number 5, do you have a personal growth plan in place? Because successful people pursue wisdom the way unsuccessful people pursue money. And I'm going to tell you guys something. You've heard the saying, Mama said there'd be good days and bad days. It is so critical, even during a launch period, to be focused in on your mindset, because when you feel good, you do good. And so I would challenge and encourage every single one of you to get your head into some books, get into personal development, surround yourself with people that inspire and uplift and encourage you to do more and to be more, right? You really only need 4 qualities to obtain everything that you want here at Shoply. And I want you to write these down. 4 qualities. 4 qualities to have everything that you want out of this opportunity. Number 1, burning desire to change and grow. You got to have a burning, white, hot desire to change your current circumstances and to grow. That's number 1. Number 2, you got to be willing to do the work, period. It's network marketing. I mean, even though we might not call this a network marketing business, it's still work, right? You got to be willing to do the work. So that's number 2. Number 3, you got to be teachable and coachable. There's a right way to business and a wrong way to do this business. Go out there, share your excitement, have conversations, get them locked in, get them onto the snapshots, get them plugged into the team, get them engaged. Okay, so you got to be teachable, you got to be coachable. Number 4, and I always say this, you got to know your why. You got to know why you're here, right? Your why should make you cry. You got to be motivated. You got to understand, why am I getting up and why am I, because if you don't know your why and you don't have that specific goal of what it is that you want to accomplish, you're going to allow your emotions to dictate your actions. And the thing that I know about greats is that they don't allow they don't just do the work when they feel like it, right? They do the work regardless of how they feel, because they understand that showing up every single day, and especially during periods of time in the red zone, like right now, law of sacrifice is everything. So that's number 4. And I'll give you number 5 as a bonus. It's hunger. You've got to have a hunger, a deep down hunger for more. And I would like to know, do you guys have it? Because I know I have it. I know that many of you guys have it too, but I have a hunger, a yearning to be able to go out and travel the world and create amazing life experiences with the people that I love and care about most. And I'm looking forward to being able to do it with each and every one of you guys, traveling the beaches of the world, sitting back a year from now, drinking out of a coconut and saying, you know what, I'm glad that we chose to take action in those first few weeks, because that set the stage for everything that happened after that. So that's all I've got, Aaron. I'm fired up and looking forward to a great week ahead.
Thank you so much, Travis. And I love what Travis said there with his burning desire, that first one. So it's funny, if you read Think and Grow Rich, yeah, they talk about desire, but you got to have the burning desire, because everyone has desire. You could walk down the street in your local area right now and say, hey guys, I've got the winning lotto ticket here. Who wants it? And not too many people are going to say, no, I don't want to have that winning lotto ticket. So everyone's got the desire to have money or to have a better life, have a better car. But are they really willing to go to work and do it? And that's called burning desire. Desire will not get you there. Burning desire will. So I love that, Travis. Thanks so much. I want to just keep kicking into this PowerPoint here with just a few more important housekeeping items. Let me move that around, So we've sort of been through this week. So here are some important dates that you might want to know, and some of these have moved a little bit as well. So 15th of August, we go live, right? We know that upgrade service will be 15th of August, USA time, for Influence and Influencer Pros. We're still beta testing VIP vendors. August the 20th is when we have the time to upgrade. So we have between the 15th and we have between the 20th of August to upgrade. If you do not upgrade in that time, then there is a chance you could lose your spot in the matrix. So we'll find out a little bit more about that on the strategy session and the Q&As, but that is our timeline for upgrading. On August the 21st, the affiliates then have time to upgrade. They'll just obviously do their $9 a month and they'll do their thing. August the 27th is our first payday. So that's going to be a good day. Put that in the diary. That'll most likely just be your direct bonuses. So think about your level 1s. How many people did you invite that upgraded to Influencer, that upgraded to Influencer Pro? Now, if you're an Influencer Pro, you can work off the 20%. If you're an influencer, you can work off the 15% of those sign-up volumes. But that's your first payday from direct bonuses. September 1st, customers are in. Hey, let's bring all the customers in. We want to be promoting products, because through the comp plan, you're going to need to have 5 customers. You're going to need to have 10 customers that are just buying the weight loss every single month, the toilet paper every single month, the detox every single month, whatever it might be, right? So September 1st, we welcome all the customers in. September 8th, which was September the 1st, but that's a bit of a change of date. September the 8th is when the floodgates open for all the vendors. So vendors will be able to just go and upload their own product, away they go. It won't need to be the email to the company and that sort of thing. But that is September 8th. September 9th, hello, first matrix payment. If you haven't upgraded though, bye-bye, it does not work for you. So September 9th could be one of the best days of 2024 for those people that took the most action, right? It could be very, very big. So there's some of the important dates there. And then just making sure that you are tapping into everything that we have. So again, with these trainings, super, super, super important to be on every single one of them. As we create the culture, as we create the value, I just want to make sure that the team, it's just a no-brainer. It's just like, you know what? It's Tuesday, 10 a.m. That is my get on a Zoom training with whoever's training. I don't know, is Nicolette training today, Jeff training, Aaron training, Travis training, is Ron on, maybe Nick's training, maybe we've got a guest speaker about social media. It won't always just be me. It won't always just be Travis. It'll be someone talking about AI, Instagram, viral video, Shoply products, comp plan, whatever it might be. But just lock it in your diary. And I know not everyone can get on a 10 a.m. call or a 5 p.m. call because they might be coming home from work. They might be at work. But if you can get on there, even if you can take a break at work, if you're self-employed, put that time in your diary aside to get on there. It's just super, super important. So we're not doing this randomly. It will be every single Tuesday, Australian time, every single Monday, US time. We'll get together for team influence training. So that will be every single week. You can just lock it in. And then the same for our opportunity presentations, of course, except for this week because it's a crazy week. So we went through the timeline for this week. So it's a little bit different. But again, you can lock this in your diary. We'll have so many. I feel like the industry has changed a little bit in regards to this. You know, if I was building a business even 5 years ago, the number one way that I would get numbers on a Zoom would be opportunity presentations because my team of 1,000, my team of 3,000, some of them get on, everyone brings two. Yeah, you're always going to have 50, 100, 300 people on those Zooms. I find now they're almost probably the least attended Zooms, whereas the trainings are more exciting for people because I guess people can get the information from a sizzle video, from a recorded Zoom, from a funnel, from AI. And so, but still, if you look at the conversion strategies, nothing beats putting 300 people in a live room and doing a Shoply presentation. That is still the number one conversion strategy. Number two still sits at a live Zoom. You would be blown away by the statistics of how much a live Zoom converts your prospects compared to someone watching a recording Zoom. And they reckon mostly it's because they're watching a recording with their phone in their hand, kid on their knee, scrolling through Insta every now and again. They're looking and they don't really get the information. They don't get the excitement of the live. So these will still be really, really important. They'll be important if you make them important. Your team will attend them if you put the emphasis on getting on there. So again, every Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. PST, Wednesday morning Australian, 10 a.m. Sydney time, we will do an opportunity presentation with Travis, and then I'll do one every single Wednesday evening Australian time. So we kind of tap into that, hey, stay-at-home mom, self-employed person, flexible person, 10 a.m. works really, really well for me. In the evening, it's mayhem with the kids or whatever. The other people, they're at work at 10 a.m. for our time. Same in the US. Sometimes they're still coming home from work, whatever it may be. So 7:30, I'll do an evening session on that Wednesday as well, because that works well for other people as well. So on Wednesdays, Australian time, we'll have 2 presentations, Tuesday in the US. So lock that into the diary. It's always on the same link, okay? Actually, Travis will have his link and I'll have my link. So they're all up. Guess where they are, guys? Guess where you want to find those links? And guess where the times are if you get here. I'm just going to jump into the chat and see if we can get this culture going because a lot of people still ask me, where's the Zoom link? What time is this on? How do I find this? So I'm just jumping into the chat now. Where can you find these links and these times moving forward? So Josephine, the Philippines is always 2 hours behind Brisbane. So you've got, this is what I'd recommend, guys. I have some apps on my phone over 27 years of network marketing that I just use a lot because I've been building an international business. And there's 100 different world clock apps that you can use. I like to look at cities because the US state time zones confuses the hell out of me. CDT, PST, EST, it's crazy, right? So I just go, tell me where you live, and I look up my app, and then I find out what city you live in, and I can find out what time is in, and I can lock it into my diary. So I've got an app that just says, it's just world clock. And I can come in here, I can add unlimited cities, and I can have a look at the time zones. And so the Philippines is always 2 hours behind Brisbane because we don't do daylight saving. Sometimes it can fluctuate with Sydney, right? 2, 3 hours. So if I put up, 10 a.m., it's always going to be 8 a.m. in the Philippines. If we put up 7:30 p.m., it's always going to be 5:30 p.m. In the Philippines. So yeah, that'll be 5:30 p.m. there. But just download an app on your phone, and then if it says Sydney time or US Eastern time, you can just jump into your app and you can work out the difference. And again, that's what leaders do. So leaders, they find the solution. They have an app that works for them, whether that's time zone conversion, whether it's a Google, I just find the city apps very, very important. Jeff likes worldtimebuddy.com. Cool. And you got to find what works for you. So it's the same with Travis talking about you're doing your prospecting, you're talking to people, test and measure. So what's my best conversion strategy? How do I follow up? What are my tools? So some people have like the best AI CRM system that tells them that. Other people, they've got a pen and a paper on their diary. It doesn't matter whether you're AI or pen and paper, it's whatever works for you. As long as you are organized, as long as you have some kind of system where you're organized, can follow up, can convert, can lead, then that's the perfect system for you. So I haven't had anyone in the chat tell me where they can find the links, where they can find the times. If this recording gets lost in YouTube, this recording gets lost in where can I go to find these links? Where can I go to find Travis's links? Where can I go to find Aaron's Zoom links? Still haven't had anyone put in the chat where to find them. And so we'll sit here and we'll make sure everyone's typed it in, because that's the number one question I get on a daily basis. Where do I find this? Where do I find this? The Facebook group is not just great spot to hang out. It's a home base. It's where everything is that you need to build. And as we build out more and more tools, more and more funnels, everything will get added into that same section. Yeah, so it's in the featured section of the Team Influence Facebook group. That's right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Yeah, and it's in Telegram as well. In the pin section there, I find in the pin section it's not so bad, but Telegram gets busy, right? Like it's got stuff going in there everywhere. Whereas on the Facebook group, you can always just go bang, featured, and there it is. There's probably only 10 featured posts in the Facebook group, all of which are important for different things, but they're really, really easy to find. And the files are in there as well. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll keep adding different things in there. All the scripts are in there. Everything you need is in that Facebook group. So it's actually a tool. It's not just a hangout place. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that, so you know where to show that for your team. And that keeps going down level 2, level 3, level 4. Then everyone will just go, hey, we're doing a Zoom with Aaron at 4 o'clock just to get the team together. I don't need all those other people to say, hey, where's the link? Where's the link? Because they'll just go, oh, featured section, Aaron Zoom, bang, and we're on. It leverages everybody's time, and it leverages your time as well. So these are the tools that we've got. We've got our Team Influence YouTube channel. Oh, where do I find that? In the featured section of the Facebook group. Team Influence Telegram chat. Oh, I'm not in that one. What's the link to that? In the featured section of the Facebook group. Team Influence Facebook group. Yes. Now, members only. So the Team Influence Facebook group is not an ATM. It's not a prospecting group. So please tell your team to don't add people in there as a prospecting tool. So if you've flicked out a free invitation with no conversation, you've added them to the Facebook group, that is not the place for them yet. Once they've enrolled, doesn't matter whether it's affiliate, influence pro, once they're enrolled, that is the place for them to be added. It's not, we will add an ATM group for prospecting shortly, but the Team Influence group is for people that are already members. Okay, everything's in the featured section. We have line training and opportunity Zooms, obviously. ATM group coming soon. An AI Telegram bot, pretty much ready to go. This is kind of cool. I like it. I've seen a lot of these different things, and just think about it like the FAQ page on a website. But let's be honest, the FAQ pages on websites are very limited. They never updated. They don't really give you the answers. And so again, instead of your team asking you all the time, hey, how many levels down does a uni level pay? And who's the owner of Shoply again? And what's the percentage I get when I bring a product to the marketplace? You can go to the Telegram bot and ask these questions, get your team to go there. And it's really cool because for busy people on the go, you can do an audio message. So you can say, hey, bot, tell me who are the 3 executives of Shockley? Hey, tell me which products are available locally in Australia. And at the moment, it's answering really well. So a week ago, my first 10 questions that I put into this bot, the answer was, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you right now. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you right now. And you get pretty frustrated with that. Like, you got like 3 shots, buddy, and I'm never coming back to the bot again. Ring, ring, calling my upline. And so you want this bot to be able to answer really 98% of all the questions that people have. So we've got a dozen people in there testing that right now. And every answer that it can't come up with, we just tell it the answer. We tell it the answer. So within another week, there's going to be 99% of all the questions that get asked will be accurately answered from this bot. And again, it's just another tool. It's just another leverage on your time because you can get a lot of the just general startup questions, add your new people into this bot. Again, we'll put the link into the featured section on the Facebook group if anyone wants to go in there. And that'll be kind of like our team customer support. That'll take a lot of pressure off of you and even the company customer support. So I'm really excited to build that out. So that's just something that I've paid for. I've just got my AI guy to set up just for this team. So that's all the different things we're doing. Team funnels coming soon. So every individual that has talent and skill in this area will probably create their own funnels. Just make sure they're compliant. So if you do have funnels out there, it's probably a really good idea once we launch to just say to the compliance team at Shockley, hey, I've got these funnels. I just want to make sure that if I'm running some big traffic to them, that there's nothing that I've written here that is non-compliant. That'll be really important for you as well. But again, I just wanted to wait and see what the company came up with from a funnel point of view. And let me know in the chat if anyone got up and watched the last event in Dallas live on Zoom. It was pretty interesting, actually. So the company is starting us off with a pretty cool funnel. So your prospects can go to your website and they click on, hey, I'm a vendor. I want to be an influencer pro. I'm a team builder. I just want to be an affiliate. So they click on this one and then it takes them on a journey of different questions. And it's kind of like choose your own adventure. So it's very specific to you, which are the type of funnels that I really like because the one-stop shop, particularly in Shockley, your funnel to a vendor's got to be so different to the funnel to an influencer pro, to a networker, they've all got to be different. And then you click on this one. Okay, I'm an influencer pro. I want to earn money in every different area. Okay, great. Watch this presentation. 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 12 minutes, 50 minutes. Okay, sign up here. Bang, they go to your sign up page and they sign up. They sign up as a vendor. They sign up as an influencer pro, or an affiliate. So the funnel is pretty cool. So they're launching with us with that corporate funnel, which I really like. They showed some of the products that were in the back office, how the website's going to look. It all looks really cool, guys. Like, product of the week, floating around, getting advertised, people that also bought this. And I think the people that were there, you walk out different of that Dallas event to everybody else. I mean, I'm so glad I flew over and went to the first one, but they didn't have anything where I went to, and I still came out pretty pumped. Everyone that walked out of that, the 300 people that walked out of that, they are all different to any of us that weren't there because they got to see the back office, the colors, the logo, the products, the funnels, and they didn't sleep that night. It became very, very real. And it's not that anyone didn't think that it was going to come off, but people just want to see your website, right? Like, it's getting close to launch. Let's see this stuff. Team Live events coming soon. So I'm going to actually go back to my Jeunesse days where I did a lot of live events because I know that this will be really well received in a room, presented in a new age, cool way. It's a whole new business platform. So I know I can fill a room, 100 to 300 people in major cities. So I'll be doing those. Stay tuned for that. Team retreats. Oh man, I'm excited by this one. So I'm not going to give too much away here because there's a few blanks to fill in, but just think tropical islands, balmy palm trees, weather, maybe somewhere in Thailand for our team influencer retreat. And possibly there's a way that you can get there for free and you're going to learn so much, have great fun, have great relationships, conversation coming soon. Merchandise, off-light stores, lots more. The company obviously has their sizzle videos now in multiple languages. All their recorded snapshots are up on their YouTube channel. They've got educational videos with Dan Fleshman and all those guys on their YouTube channel now. Their YouTube channel would be worth spending some time on. If you do get a chance, I would jump on there and just check out some of the videos that they've now gone from unlisted to public. There's actually some good information on there. The corporate Telegram channel, they're going to have an FAQ section on their website. Won't be as good as our bot, but that'll be some good stuff in there. Company funnel they're releasing, and obviously the online courses that we get when we enroll, which will be pretty cool as well. So guys, that's how we're starting. To be a vendor, this again is in the Facebook group, in the Telegram group, that most people are working with this one-on-one. We need to email vendor app@shoply.com. Subject line is there, Dear Shoply Onboarding Team. And this is how you would write it. Okay, you get your company name, product category, your contact details, referred by, my upline, my Influencer Pro is such and such. And particularly if you have an online course right now, you're going to get approved. If you have the infrastructure to ship nutritional products and so forth, you're going to get approved. For some of the bigger items, they may or may not fit that in right now. That could be more of a September 8, but that is the process to get your product listed if you are looking to be a vendor right now. Again, where do we find that? Telegram group, Facebook featured section, guys. So any questions that you guys have, I've got a bit of time to hang around. If you do want to chat, any chats in there, any questions on where we're at right now. I just really wanted today to be about getting organized, understanding the dates. Once we get through this week and we've launched and we all have that understanding, right, of positioning, holding tanks, Unilevel, yep, all clear in my head, then we just start building it out, right? Now we know how to build a team. We know how the whole comp plan works. Let's just bring in those vendors. Then it just gets super exciting on those local products, right? And nothing is going to stop this Shoply train. And that's where I really think that the people that are sitting on the fence, when they get hold of their passion project and they're ordering the products that they love, that's when it's going to hit different. When people are ordering a weight loss product every month and it works, when people are ordering their detox products and it works, when people are ordering their toilet paper, washing detergent, right? That's really where we lock in a lot of loyalty and have a really sticky business. Yeah, so team positioning, you can decide where you place people. That's right. So everyone goes into a holding tank. So think about your 40 personal enrollments. On the 15th, they're all sitting in this holding tank until the end of August. And so you can choose to keep all those 40 people 40 wide. So you might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 40. And so every single person is your front line and, go and build a business. You might do 4 groups of 10. So there's 10, there's 10, there's 10, there's 10, there's my 40. So yeah, you can place people where you want to place them. And so that's part of the strategy call that we'll do with corporate, because it'd be important to know, right? If I was to place Deb, okay, under Nicolette, because I think those two are going to work really, really well. Does that give away sponsorship? No, it doesn't. But what's the difference in percentage from keeping that person on my level 1 to putting them on level 2? What about if I put them on level 3, level 4? How much am I diluting my percentage on the Unilevel in terms of the payout? So from level 1 to level 4 is going to be different. And so to build wide, you will earn the most money, right? Because you're going to have higher percentages on your level 1s. However, most people aren't here for the first 60 days to earn a check and then go to a new company. I hope not. And so wide will get you paid, deep will get you loyalty. And so I would love to go, okay, Jeff's working with Nicolette, who's working with Deb. And so bang, 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 I put them all underneath each other, miss out on a little bit of a percentage short term. But guess what? Us 4 are still working together 10 years from now, all making bank. Everyone's helping everyone. Everyone's volume's helping everyone. And we have a sticky business. And so it can pay to build teams. For me, I need to just learn a few finer details of that to make the final decision, but I'm probably looking at building out like 5 legs, something like that to start with, because you need 3 legs to hit the top of the comp plan, right? So as long as you understand that, because in the beginning, you can have all of your volume come from one team, which is fantastic. You only need to enroll one half good person, and then you hit this level in the comp plan. But as you advance through the ranks, then it becomes 50% of that volume can only come from that team. So now you've got this huge team that's forming. You can't rank advance anymore because they'll only accept 50% of that volume. Okay, well, I need another team so I can get 50% from that team, 50% from that team. That equals 100%. Now I can rank to there. But you won't be able to get to the top of the comp plan because then it changes to 40%. So you got 40, 80. You'll need one more leg. So you need 3 legs to hit the top of the comp plan. And the great thing about it is, which most uni levels don't have, is if I place people underneath you, that will count towards your rank advancement volume. If you place people underneath your team, that will count towards their rank advancement volume, but it will dilute your percentage on income. So it is very much a personal, hey, this is my style. I'm just going to go wide. I don't really build teams. I'm happy to have everyone on their own desert island. I'll still help them and work with them, but good luck. Or, you know what, I'm just literally going to build 3 deep. The reason I like to go 5 to start with is because if one leader drops off, well, I've still got 3 legs. If 2 leaders drop off, I've still got 3 legs. So it adds a little bit of insurance. And mostly I sort of go geographical. So you sort of have the Aussie team, American team, India team, but not always. It obviously just depends on the team's volume, how you're tracking for rank advancements, who could work in with each other, who gets along, who lives near each other. That'll be a strategy session that we will do on a team training, but that's why you want to be on that particular strategy session coming up, was it Thursday or Friday? So I'm not sure, Zara, so I haven't gone down that vendor track personally. All I can suggest is just, if you're like me, with those situations, I send 2 emails a day until they respond to me. But if you are having any issues there or not getting to that next step, I can just put you on a Zoom with me, you and Ron, and we can just push that forward. So we'll make that happen for you. At this stage, the vendors that are putting things through, Linda, no, that was Sherry. The vendors that are coming through right now are all, you know, warm market vendors is a way that I would put it. So they're people that you know, or your level 1s know, or your level 2s know. They've had conversations about what Shoply is, been on a presentation, maybe been on a Zoom with one of the corporates. So they understand the whole kit and caboodle. They're happy to, hey, this is what I'm giving to the affiliate. We're going to be a monthly product. I want people to buy my product monthly. And so as long as the vendors, you know, can provide good customer service, as long as the vendors can ship their product out, maybe if they get an extra 1,000 sales, they can actually scale that and make the product. That's really all we're after for vendors right now. A vendor right now is not like a cold email that, hey, here's a link, go and get on Shoply. That's not the vendors right now. So that's really all the information we need to know. And then, you know, the marketplace is going to determine how successful that vendor goes ultimately in the long term, with reviews and so forth. Yep, so you can do non-products, Linda. So digital product services, they can be on there as a vendor, absolutely. No worries, Zara, we'll hook that up. Yeah, so like a resort would come up as a vendor. Yep, that's right. Or like an event company, or, I mean, anything can go on there. We can have any product on Shoply as long as it's legal and moral. But there's some vendors and products that really isn't worth your while to chase and spend time on and go back and forth on. Just keep thinking like high margins, monthly, what would be popular? If you were to launch your own network marketing company right now and you could have 12 products, what would they be? That's where I'd be spending my time. Yep, so Alexander, just exactly that last slide that I showed. If you follow that process, then you're off and racing with your online course. So that was, I'm not sure whether you can see that slide there. So yeah, if you send this email to vendorapp@shoply.com, you can get your course up and running on Shoply for sure. And again, I know you're not going to copy and paste from that PowerPoint slide. So just copy and paste from the Facebook group. So it's about being organized. It's about knowing the date. It's about leading. This is not a time to Do group Telegram. This is not a time to think your team understand this. This is not a time to not jump on calls. This is a time to double down and be exhausted. You want to be exhausted by the end of this week, but it'll feel good. You've done everything you can to communicate it. You've done everything you can to get Influencer Pros on. You've done everything you can to get your big matrix check in the bank. Then we work with the willing, we work with who's running, we work with the vendors, we work with the leaders. But now is the time to get organized, get your diary working, be on these calls, make sure your team are on them, make sure you book a call with your level ones, your level twos, your level threes, make sure they understand it all so it duplicates. Give the 15th of August to the 20th of August the best chance possible. Set up this marketplace for the future. No sleep, exactly right. No sleep phase. We do go through those phases, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone talks about balance in life, and that's important, but that's the whole point, is you want to work right now at a rate that you can't maintain, right? You want to work right now at a rate that you can't maintain. Like I might not be playing with my kids as much, going on as many date nights with my wife as much, working out as much. That's okay, because we're onto something super important here that needs our time and focus, and we have a moment in time. But you're not going to do that for the next 6 months in a row, 12 months in a row, 3 years in a row. Why? Because your kids are going to be little shits, you're going to be divorced, you're going to be fat and unhealthy, right? And so you're going to have to come back into balance at some point and go, you know what? I did everything I could for that 7 days, for that 30 days, for that 60 days, that 90-day run. Now, you know what? I need a long weekend off. I'm going to go away with the family. We're going to chill out. We're going to go camping. You know what? Now I'm getting back into a bit more of a balanced routine where I'll just do a Zoom here and a Zoom there, get back on my workout routine. It's okay to have those moments in time that are super important. And then you'll have another moment in time where you're going on a ridiculous health kick. And hopefully we do that as a team in Shoplee, and then you'll go down that track. Always trying to keep everything in balance in life. But the thing is, you've got to give yourself a break and understand that perfect balance never happens. We have everything in mind that we want to achieve, but at some point we're putting more focus on family. Sometimes we're putting more focus on health. Sometimes we're putting more focus on business, and that's okay. So absolutely, mate, we're in the no sleep phase. Absolutely. Awesome, guys. All right, that's scrubbing it off. Any questions on that? You know where I am. I'll see you on the Zooms that are scheduled for this week. They're in the featured section, but most importantly, make sure your team are aware of those really important strategy ones, those Q&A ones. We want to launch really, really well, and make sure team influence is at the top of the ranks for all the different teams. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you soon.